Hello fellow crafters and welcome back to MaxDMCrafting. What you are looking at is what happens when the Fusion tile system meet HeroQuest. Welcome to my channel. So guys, I did it. Basically after a couple of years of procrastination, I finally decided to complete my HeroQuest board with the Fusion tile system. As you can see, this is the full HeroQuest set, and what is now on the table is the trial setting. So everything is ready for play, actually the first quest on HeroQuest game. Still a lot of work must be done, so yeah, in the next episode for sure we will make everything in the perfect way to simulate all that we need in this game. For example, this is just a little fence from the Garden of Moore, and it's simulating now the armor rack, that still I haven't crafted. I wanted to keep, the colored aspect of HeroQuest, that actually is what was beautiful in that board. But as you can see, you have many colors in the tiles, but still they are believable. It's not this, fancy and too much cheerful colors. I wanted to keep everything quite, dark in my style. Every single room has two faces. As you can see, they are not locked now because I want to show you what will be the trial without the room that are actually empty. So we will use now the negative space for the tiles, so you will be able to see the actual dimension of the of the trial, as actually is in this map. Crack on! This is the very trial. This is the space that you need for play the first adventure in HeroQuest. As you can notice, in my system we have some little issues that I will fix very easily. For example, I don't have the right combination for close the road in this point. So yeah, I think I will need some small pieces to add to this set for have the right, for example, a couple of corridors, 2 pieces and maybe 1 piece, like that. So a couple of pieces in 1 piece. First of all, I show you what my logic was in dividing the board. For the rooms, no secrets. In the board we have 2 rooms that we could define unique, namely the center one and the one that is missing an inch. Then we have 4 rooms 4x5, 8 room 4x4, 3 rooms 5 inches long and only 3 inches wide, 3 small rooms 3x4 and 2 small 2x3 cells. The most tricky part are the corridors. We have 2 large corridors that I considered 6x2. I then created 8 3x3 corner pieces, 2 T-pieces, 14 linear pieces of 4 inches and 4 linear pieces of 5 inches. So in the end I will have to create these rooms, starting partially from pieces that I have already created and adding new ones. And all these components of the corridors. The first tutorial on the Fusion tiles system is number 19. Check it out. Since then I have tried as much as possible to simplify the system. First with the creation of the universal system. Check out my tutorial number 29. For this board, I have chosen and experimented with various solutions without being too rigid. The important thing to remember is that the locking system includes half-inch square holes in correspondence with the grid lines. You can therefore decide if and how many hooking holes you want to create. It goes from the maximum possible to an alternating series. I have empirically checked each solution to verify its viability. You can cut your tile perfectly with a normal cutter. However, the Proxon in this case shows all its power. Not only does it allow precise and fast cuts, but, as you can see here, it also allows you to work at low temperature to mark the grid directly on the tiles. The images you see are at real speed. You can practically complete a grid on a 3x3 tiles in 4 seconds flat. Once the construction of all the pieces is complete, the time has come to embellish them. The HeroQuest board is full of details, and the old Max cannot be any less. Once the board has been assembled and verified that everything is perfectly compatible and aligned, we are ready for the painting session. Very important, for an optimal final result, you have to paint all the pieces of the corridor in a single session. Only in this way you will be sure that pieces placed next to each other really look like one. The usual basic coating solution, in this case 40% of water, 30% of acrylic black paint and 30% of Mod Podge. The corridors were made with a first passage of neutral grey, then light grey, and then at the end a dirty white with a dry brush. Immediately afterwards I dealt with the flocking for about 50% of the pieces of the corridor. For the rooms, just go mad. Improvise, choose the colors that you want. The important thing is that in the final dry brushes you keep the same color for all the pieces. It could be a warm gray or an off-white. This guarantees a certain feeling of unity on the board. Now, just a few seconds of advertising, the stuff that we YouTuber we do, you know. Be patient. See you in a bit. If you think that these videos are entertaining and inspirational, please consider to support this channel through Patreon. Patreon is the best way to support me and to guarantee that I continue make these videos. Another way, if you are not in this monthly stuff, you can offer me a coffee through PayPal. That's also a great way to support this channel. Another amazing way to support me is going in the description box below, buying through those links, no additive cost for you guys, just a little percentage that goes for support these videos and this channel. So yeah, take a look, okay, it's great. And those are materials and stuff that I'm using actually and recommending. Remember to hit the like button, to subscribe if you are not yet a subscriber, and remember, we are running the 3K subscribers contest. Yes, we are near to 3,000 subscribers. Participate to this little crafting contest, okay? So let me show you how this fusion tile system works. Once again, we have a double side, of course, so actually we can change the shape. In this case we have a wooden floor here and in the stone floor here with a regular pattern, but we can also have something different. For example, here we have some moss with the rocks, and on the other side we have even a pool. So the only limit is your imagination, okay? And then, as you can see, this tile in this position has 3 lockable points for each side, so we can manage to attach another tile in several ways. In the case of the the trial, we have a corridor outside here, so I will take one corridor piece that has also different point for the lockage, and as you can see, for the corridors we don't have a lockable point on the edges, so you just go like that. I want to show you some of my tiles just for showcase, you know. So this one has a wooden floor, for example. This one has a stone floor and another pattern on the other side, more like ruins. I have a little tip for you. It's better that for a bunch of tiles you keep the same pattern for at least one side. I'll show you what I mean. For example, this stone pattern, I have it in at least four tiles, as you can see. So this can be a maxi room, or we can have 4 totally different rooms. And I suggest you to keep this in mind when you are building this. This is one of my favorites, full of details. We have some grass, we have the bones, we have a message, and I decided not to make all of them lockable because of the aesthetic. I want to keep some of them just normal tiles, as you can see here. But yeah, it will be enough to cut it with the Proxen and the F and insert the universal lockable system inside. So at the end, yeah, just because I was a little bit in a hurry, I saved some tiles not to be lockable, just to be normal tiles like that. Another very important part is that you know, I use different colors. We have yellow and green, we have the blue, we have some red color, This one is, this one is splatter actually. Yeah, perfect for a torture chamber or something like that, or for a kitchen, for example, where they prepare the meat. For the butcher room, this is great. I like because also the little pattern of the tiles here, and on the other side is totally normal. You see it? It's great. Even if I used different colors, some of them are pretty much exaggerated. This one is a little bit red, but I don't know if you can see it with this light, but at the end the general aspect of this board is quite realistic. It's not exaggerated as the original board, because that was actually exaggerated. We here are using negative space, but my first tutorial was about dungeon walls, so if needed you can also add some walls between the tiles. I'll show you now. Not 100% necessary, but I think they give a nice touch to the final presentation. This is it. I think it's quite great. In the next episode we will actually make our road through my tutorials, and I will show you all the pieces that we need to make and create for have all the arsenal that is contained in HeroQuest. Now guys, I have put here my stuff, something that I've built with my tutorials. The question is, with such a set I would like to have pieces that are like the original ones. So I would like to have the altar, the fireplace, the throne, the little throne, and something that is actually very like the HeroQuest style. Would you like that I create new pieces, or you prefer that I modify the original ones? I have two HeroQuest boxes, so basically I have a double of each piece, and so I could use one set of HeroQuest pieces for modify them and make them compatible with this new 3D look. What do you prefer? New pieces or customize the old pieces? Let me know in the comment below, okay? Leave a comment, leave a like, and share this episode with your friends if you like it, okay? Till next time, let's catch Verag.